welcome to Meet Your PE Teacher. That would be me. My name is Victor Amos. Everybody around here calls me Coach Amos, and I am your child's PE teacher if you're new to the school. If you are a returning student, well, guess what? I'm still your PE teacher, Coach Amos. So I am looking forward, really, I'm chomping at the bit to get started with some classes because look, it looks great in here. We got a shiny, shiny floor. It's clean, it's spick and span, but it's empty. It's missing you. It's missing activity. It's missing fun in here. Missing music in here and exercising and learning all those skills that we will learn in PE class. And I can't wait to get started. Now, it's going to look just a little bit different to start with, and hopefully things will smooth out. But I'm going to respect the social distancing. I'm going to respect the cohort groups. So when we come into PE, we'll still do our exercises, our warm-up exercises, where we find self-space. Okay, there's our social distancing part. And then for the first few weeks to see how things go, we'll probably stay in our cohort groups and we'll rotate through some stations and just get a good feel for things and see what direction we need to go from there. But I am super, super excited to get going this year. It has been a long, long time. Normally, I send out a letter about myself, but I thought this year, hey, let's do a video so your parents can get to know me, so you can get to know me a little better if you're new to the school, and put a face with the program. Unfortunately, this is the face of the PE program. So I'm so sorry that you have to look at this, but hey, we'll make it work, okay? A little bit about myself. I did not start out as a school teacher. I was actually a welder. I graduated high school and went and enrolled in a vocational school and got my welding degree. And I started out as a welder and fabricator. And then I kind of wanted to go into the maintenance field. So I started taking classes in electromechanical engineering where you learn about wiring and programming PLCs and fixing machines when they break down. But in my heart, there was just something that I just wasn't feeling fulfilled. I thought I've got to be doing more than this. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but me personally, I just had a tugging in my heart. So some friends of mine started a place called Camp Livingstones where I was a camp counselor. And for several years, I loved working with children and youth and building those healthy, positive relationships with them and helping them through their struggles and helping them become more responsible citizens. And through that, being a camp counselor there, it kind of started steering my path toward education. And so I enrolled in Tennessee Wesleyan University, where I got my bachelor's degree in elementary education, license K through 8. And so I started teaching. I'll get to the places I taught in just a second. But from there, I went to Tennessee Tech and got my master's degree in exercise science, phys ed, and wellness. And that's what enabled me to become a PE teacher later. And then just a continued desire to want to grow in my field of education, I enrolled in Lincoln Memorial University, where I got what's called an EDS, an Education Specialist degree in Administration and Leadership. And so that's where I am now in my current level of education. The places I've taught, I started out my first teaching position outside of student teaching. My first teaching position was teaching kindergarten at Calhoun Elementary. Can you imagine that? Me teaching kindergarten, and we had the best time. That was a fun year. And that was actually on a medical leave. The teacher there had some medical problems that she had to be out for the year, and I was thrilled to have the opportunity to fill in for her. She was a phenomenal lady and really helped me out, getting my foot started in the right direction in the teaching field. And then I had an opportunity open up at a place called American Samoa. It's a tiny little island in the Pacific. It's only about 3 miles wide and 12 miles long. Tiny little island called American Samoa, where I taught 6th through 8th grade science and PE at the Samoan Baptist Academy. Wonderful experience. Loved it. I had never left the country. I had never flew on an airplane before. and that was quite the cultural experience and good growth for me. And then I came back to the United States, and I got a 5th grade teaching position at North City Elementary in Athens, Tennessee, where I taught math and science. Actually, one year, I think I taught reading and social studies too, but for most of my years there, I taught math and science. And then my dream position opened up. A PE position opened up here at Valley View Elementary. And that's where I have been starting my 8th year here at Valley View and my 16th year overall. So, big circle coming from a welder all the way to a classroom teacher around to a PE teacher. I guess I've had a hard time deciding what I want to be when I grow up. But for right now, I love teaching PE. It's my passion. I love it. And that's kind of what got me in the direction of pursuing that exercise science degree. A little bit about my personal life, okay? I know you can't really read that, it's probably backwards, but it says physical education. Every child is a winner when they try their very best. And that's all I ask in PE classes. Try your very best, come prepared, and try your very best. But a little bit about my personal life. I love anything outdoors. Fishing, golf, any of those. I'll show you a couple pictures. I love playing golf. Don't get to play as much as I used to because my little boy, I love spending time with him. Fishing, it doesn't matter if it's smallmouth. It doesn't matter if it's largemouth. It makes no difference. I love fishing. Fishing out of a boat, fishing out of a canoe, fishing off the bank. It doesn't matter. This is my pride and joy. That's my little son, Luke. He is a sweet, sweet little boy. He helps me, believe it or not, he helps me become a better person. I learned so much from that little boy, his sweet disposition that he has. He is the greatest. And this is my wife, Amanda. She also teaches. She teaches 2nd grade in another school system, and that's our little family. We love the Vols. We cheer them on every year. So that's just a little bit about my personal life, so you can get to know me just a little bit better. About our PE program, like I said, all I ask is you try your best and you come to class prepared. Well, what does that look like? Well, wearing appropriate clothing, okay, so we can be active. Unfortunately, dresses, as pretty as they are and as pretty as you all look in them, they're just not appropriate for physical activity when we're running around and exercising and doing movements out here in the gym. Also, a big one is wearing athletic shoes, just making sure that our toes are covered, because nothing hurts worse than either stubbing your toe or somebody else's shoe coming into your toe and lifting up that toenail. And that's happened quite a bit. So it'll take us a little while to get in the swing of things, getting used to what days we have PE so we can remember what to wear. But it hurts me. It hurts me when we've been in session for a little while and we have students come in wearing those sandals and flip-flops. And sometimes they have, depending on what the activity is, we can participate. But sometimes if it's a little dangerous, I don't want them getting hurt. And that's my number one goal, is to keep your child safe in PE class. So we got to come prepared. That's about it. Try your best, come prepared, which involves being safe, being responsible, be respectful to each other and your teacher, and also have fun. Have fun. Listen, I'm going to let you all in on a little secret, okay? I was a classroom teacher. I taught math, I taught science, a little bit of reading, a little bit of social studies. But you know what my favorite subject was? PE. PE's my favorite subject. Don't tell those other teachers, okay? And I get to teach my favorite subject every single day, 5 days a week. And I can't wait for you to get to be a part of this class, okay? So you've heard a little bit about me, and very soon I get to learn a little bit about you and get to see your smiling faces here in PE class. If you ever need anything, if you ever have a question, if you are not sure what day your child has PE class, you can ask myself. I'll be glad to tell you. You can ask your teacher. Your child will have PE 2 times a week for 30 minutes each class. Twice a week, 30 minutes each class. And it'll take a little while to get used to what days we have PE, and there will be grace shown through that trial. But don't worry about it. We'll get it down. We'll come to class prepared. And the last thing I want you to do is not be able to participate and have fun, okay? And keeping you safe. So if you ever have a question, feel free to email me at vamos@bradleyschools.org, VAMOS@bradleyschools.org, or you can call the school and leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I've missed you all. I cannot wait to meet the new ones, and we are going to have a great time in PE. See you soon.